All right, welcome, revelers. This is Off the Rails, Right versus Left, the podcast that we do because we think the left is evil. I'm Rob B.
And I'm Brad Lee.
And I'm Brian G.
And we are Off the Rails, Right versus Left. Again, we're doing this show because we think everybody needs to know that the left is evil.
Did we lose
Welcome,
Brian G?
revelers. Yeah, we lost Brian G, but me and Brad are down here in the crotch pot cooking Texas, sweltering away in this heat. It's yeah,
107 today?
it was 105 here. Oh my god, it's hot. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so we're back after the weekend. I had to focus this weekend on my streaming because those are the prime days for it. But we're back, and for this week, we're gonna have to be covering the Democratic National Convention. So we're going to be witnessing this week the coronation of the unelected, unnominated Kamala Harris. So,
Comrade Kamala.
yeah,
Hey, there we go.
and the
Com-
BT is back. Where are you at,
Kamila.
Brian?
Back, headed south through Seattle, heading towards the Sin City.
Oh, hey, so I got a question for you, Brian,
Oh, boy.
since you're up there in the Northwest.
Oh,
Is there
boy.
any news about the fact that the polls are tightening in Oregon for Trump?
That the what are? What?
The polls
Say
are
that
getting
again?
closer in Oregon for Trump. It's
In
within 5
Oregon?
points now.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything. I've heard, like on X and stuff, people posting stuff saying that the honeymoon's over and Trump's moving up in the polls. But I honestly, I haven't seen any polls.
Well, I mean, we're gonna. I mean, we've been pretty much doing it every show. We've been looking at the real clear
Yeah.
stuff, and we'll do that a little bit later. But yeah, I mean, like the latest breakdown that I saw actually has him closing the gap in Oregon. I mean,
Well, I mean, honestly,
your great
everybody.
state of Washington there is still way off the map, but
I mean, everybody I know is voting for Trump, even here in Washington. But I live in a very conservative community up on the Canadian border called Linden, and it is very conservative. So I'd be surprised if they weren't
Also,
voting Trump in there. But I go down to Bellingham. I
you
go
have
down to
mail-in
Bellingham.
ballots, right?
Yeah, yeah. The what?
You have mail-in ballots, right?
Yes, it's all mail-in ballots in Washington. I
Yeah,
hate it. Hate
it's
it.
stupid.
But yeah, I mean, even go down to Bellingham, which is extremely liberal, and most of the people I talk to are they don't like Trump, but they're going to vote for him because he's better than Kamala. I mean,
My
obviously,
sister.
I have no problem finding Kamala supporters in Bellingham, but
Oh
most of
yeah.
the people
Oh, of
I
course.
know are Trump supporters.
Yeah. See, my sister lives in Vancouver, and I'm sure
Okay.
she wouldn't have a problem finding a
Yeah, yeah.
Kamala supporter either.
Oh yeah, I would love to get out of Washington, dude. I want to move down. I've been trying to convince my wife to move to Texas to buy some much cheaper property, and where you people are actually sane and not liberal idiots. But
Yeah.
okay. So here's where we're looking at since Friday.
yep.
Since we were last on the air on Thursday. So Friday, Emerson poll came out for the Senate, McCormick versus Casey. Casey's up by 4 points, but again, this
Okay.
is Emerson, who tends to oversample Democrats. Pennsylvania, Trump versus Harris versus Kennedy versus West versus Stein. 47 to 47 to 3, with 0 and 0 for Stein and West. Let's see. And that's with the oversampling. Now, what I mean by oversampling, so I'm going to click over on this. Oh, should I show this?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So let me share this page. So this
You
is from
gotta show the viewers the sauce, bro. You can't just give them noodles.
All right, so here it is. So this is the poll I'm looking at. So when you click on the polls,
Yeah. Polls.
let's see here. Where is it? Okay.
Well, are you not? You can't see his screen, Brian?
No, I have it on my map program because the area I'm going
Right,
through
right. So what he's doing right now is he's going through to find the latest polls.
Yeah.
And the sample sizes.
And not having any luck with it.
Well, yeah, he's doing a bit of scrolling.
Okay.
apparently he can't scroll and talk at the same time and like explain what he's
Well,
doing.
You
no,
started
So
no.
started
I
The
talking
will
key
do
with
that for
problem,
him.
Brad, the key problem he's having here too is he's trying to chew gum. It's one too many things.
Oh
Chew
no,
gum,
it's a good
talk,
thing.
and scroll.
It's a good thing he's
If
not
it was just
walking.
talk and scroll, if he spit the gum out, he'd be fine just talking and scrolling.
Right.
okay,
So
so
instead, we end up getting a bunch of word salad like Kamala about the strength of democracy and the importance of the strength of democracy and how it can be unburdened by what has
Oh,
been.
it has been. Yeah.
done.
Okay. Okay.
Go
Okay,
for
Robert.
it.
Go for it, brother.
Okay, so this is the poll. You have to go through 3 clicks trying to get to the details of how they got the information on the poll. So it's 1,000 likely voters, right? Then you gotta
Hmm.
like throw. Then you have to like scroll like way down here, and when you get to the methodology, it says likely voters, but now they're removing unless you click to the full results. Let's see here. So they're doing 40% Democrat, 40% Republican, and 185 and like the other 20% is more or less 41 around there. Democrat, Republican, and then the other 180 are other, which most independents do.
Undecided or not sure or
Right. So this one's a little better than most of the pollsters. That's still not right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because if you're oversampling independents, the independents are still like weighted incorrectly. You get what I'm saying? That's not
yeah,
the percentage of the population. It's not 20% of the population that's independent. It's like 10%.
right.
You get what I'm saying? So they're still manipulating it, and you have to go like you saw here, or oh, you can't see it. Okay, so when I clicked in on that other link, then it brings me to the spreadsheet that breaks down how exactly they calculate the polls. And
Uh,
one of the last questions they ask is their party affiliation.
okay.
So yeah, so it's
So, but then
really
they
weird.
ask who's better on the economy, who you think would do a better job on the
Yeah,
economy, the
so
border.
exactly. So when you break it down, they ask, okay, so approve or disapprove of Joe Biden, 38% approve. No, 381 approved, 500, again, this is out of 1,000, 538 disapproved. Where the fuck did they find 381 that thought Joe Biden's doing a good job?
That's a good question. And why is the DNC still running on the platform that
It's the
Biden is the
ostrich
one
clan.
that's
Right. So then they ask, do you approve of the job Josh Shipman as a governor? And, from everything that's been said, he's a well-liked governor and 51%
yeah,
approve.
and he's Jewish.
Yeah. When you get to party registration, 40% Democrat, 40% Republican, or even 41%, and 18% independent / other, which isn't a accurate representation. Right.
Okay.
But
Right.
then you get into the votes, and it's 48% Kamala, 49% Donald, and 2.6% undecided. Right.
Hmm.
So that's within the undecided margin. That's within the margin of error of the polls. But what we don't know is these independents, are they like Joe Lieberman,
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders, Beto O'Rourke,
Manchin, Kristen Sinema's registered as an
right?
independent now. She's not an independent.
Yeah.
You know what
No,
I
she's a
mean?
Democrat. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, the
So
Democrat Party pretty much treated her like shit, though. So,
right, and the third largest party in the country is the Green Party, which is also a leftist party. So when they're counting up the alternative parties, the Libertarians, the Green Party, the Communist Party, the Socialist Party, those are all parties in this country, and the majority of them go
mhm.
that way as well. So that means
Towards
by
Trump.
like trying to sample evenly, they're actually oversampling.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
So, and this is actually one of the better pollsters. Like when you get into some of the other pollsters, the results get even more ridiculous. So, oh shoot, that wasn't supposed to close the sharing. It was supposed to switch back to this page.
Can you believe they re-elected Ilhan?
Omar, yeah, that's
No,
crazy.
I'm not shocked at all because it was in her district, which is like
Yeah.
80% Muslim.
Muslim. Yeah.
Somalian.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
but I'm not surprised.
I'm surprised that many Muslim voted for women because that's not what's in the Quran.
Yeah, right.
So,
Well, they probably figured if they
got-
just decide they don't like her later, they can stone her.
yeah. So, so then the other
She
one
is
just
married
put
to her
Trump
brother.
versus-
Yeah, true.
No, she was.
Used to
They got
be. She used
divorced
to
so
be.
she could marry somebody else.
Yeah, used to be.
So Pennsylvania, Trump versus Harris in that Emerson poll. New York Times Siena poll has Stein over Robinson for North Carolina governor. Has Brown over Rosen for Senate in Nevada. But you notice these margins are all 9-10%. Like what? Like Nevada's not that blue.
No.
New York Times Siena poll has Harris over Trump in North Carolina. In Nevada, it has Trump over Harris, which makes those Senate races questionable. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's see if we can actually see if they shared their sample. Gender, ethnic. I am not signing up for you guys.
You know you want to. You want some of them hormones.
Just do it, man. Just do it.
Screw your freedom.
No idea what he's doing, but do it, man. Do it.
Okay.
All I know is he said something about transgender.
I didn't hear transgender. Okay. Yeah, Robbie.
So then here on this sample, they supposedly took 30% Democrats, 30% Republicans, and 30% independents.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's not the electoral divide in Nevada.
No.
So they're really damn it. So there it is. So it breaks down all the questions that they asked, including over here, they had it all the way at the end, the party ID.
Yeah.
So like 30% are IDing as independent, since that's not actually very accurate, then they're obviously going to get an incorrect sampling. So, but they all do this, right? So the polls that end up being most accurate, like in state by state, they try and sample in comparative to the samples or the percentages that they actually tend to vote in elections.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got Harris ahead in Arizona according to the New York Times Siena poll.
By how much?
2 points.
You gotta let them know how many points.
Trump over Harris by 1 point in Nevada. Trump over Harris by 4 points in Georgia.
Okay.
And then now you got Trump over Harris in Arizona by 5 points. Boy, that's a huge swing.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but it's not unfeasible because they've done a lot of election law stuff.
Right.
Not a lot because Katie Hobbs is the governor, but.
So that's the New York Times Siena poll. And then if you look at the pollster scorecards, let's see how New York Times Siena does as pollsters.
Looks like your dog wants to go out.
Yeah, probably. Dee Dee, hold on. So you look New York Times Siena. It's right here on this line. They're usually off by about 4.5% in favor of the Democrats, 77% of the time.
Oh, that's insane. Well, while he's letting the dog out, I'll keep chatting with you, Brian.
Well, I mean that's a good sign for Trump. I mean, even in the ones that he's behind on, that would move him ahead in almost all of them
Right. Right.
by
Well,
four and a half
the goal in
percent.
manipulating these polls is to make it look like it's hopeless for
Yeah.
Trump,
Oh, I know.
so Republicans don't show
So
up to
that,
vote,
or that it's a
or the
landslide
end of
and that they don't show
yeah.
up
Yeah, that
and
people.
vote.
Yeah, that way Trump supporters stay home because like, what's the point of going out? He's not. There's no way he can win, which is not
Right.
Or
true
there's
at
no
all.
way he can lose. But
Yeah,
yeah, or
no way
there's,
he could lose.
or
Yeah.
it's like however you swing it, you can influence either
It has
side, right?
it has to be somewhere in the middle. You know, people are like, oh, I got to get
Right,
there. He could win, but it's not a blowout, so I have to vote. You know.
right.
Right. So the funny thing, if you watch it as the polls get tighter, going closer towards the election, every time there's like 3 or 4 polls that show Trump's either pulled even where he was behind or he's ahead, then all of a sudden some pollster that always lies their results,
Yeah.
like New York Times, Siena, they turn around and they show up and put up a poll showing Harris is up by 6 or up by 7, and it swings the average so far that it makes it look like she's ahead, because on the average of polls she's ahead. So then when you average them out, it ends up looking like this, because they take like the last 10 latest results or something like that, and they average out the scores.
Yeah.
Well,
And so
in the past,
general election, that doesn't matter. They have Trump Harris. Harris is up 1.5 points. Yeah.
they did the same thing in the first 2 elections too. So
yeah, but she needs a lot bigger. Like the last 2 elections, they were showing like 8 and 10 point margins, and it ended up being about 3 or 4 points. With Hillary Clinton, it was less than that.
Yeah.
So, and then it does show Kennedy getting 4.5%. Biden job approval, 40% approve. Who the fuck approves of Joe Biden? Like, that's what I don't understand. 40% approve of the job Joe Biden's doing, and I don't understand that.
It's the ostrich clan, man. It's the ostrich clan.
people
They have
who
their heads in the sand.
people whose wallets weren't affected by being unburdened by what has been.
Mhm.
And what may come.
But
Yeah.
what's the deal with price fixing, dude? Why is she stuck on that? Why does she think that's a good idea? Even
Everywhere
her
it's
own
ever been
party is
done,
slamming her.
everywhere it's ever been done has failed utterly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but if we're gonna talk about this, okay, hold on. Let me close this out. No, I just wanted to see.
Yeah,
the
I
trend
wanted
in
to
the
get
polls.
off the polls.
Yeah, but anyways, so here's the thing. Okay, so we're gonna start. Say you're a beef producer, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I can produce the beef for $1 a pound, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
So I'm gonna sell it to the processor for $2 a pound. The processor is gonna process it and sell it to the distributor for $4 a pound. The distributor is going to transport it to the retailers and sell it for $8 a pound. And so then it's we're assuming a prime cut. So then it gets to the store, and that prime cut is now $16 a pound retail to the customer. Okay. So this is what Democrats do. They look and say, producer, it only costs you $1 a pound and you're selling it for 16, but that's not what's happening.
No, it's
Right.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, no. They're totally not fake. It's their thing it's their whole thing with the whole
Everybody has to make
processed food is bad for you thing, right? I'm like, no, you
But
guys are
yet
making
everything they want you to
you're
eat is
making the
processed.
process right. I'm like, you're making the process a bad guy, and no matter what you do, you have to process your food in order to eat it. So
Right, but
stop
what
it
do
with
they want? What do they want you to eat? They want you to eat a Beyond Meat, which is grown
right
in a lab
process.
from cancer
Yeah,
cells from animals.
Or
exactly.
crickets. Or crickets.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still heavily processed in factories.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But so you now to put that into perspective of what you were talking about, they're not
Okay,
taking
now
into the
so
fact that
right.
it costs
So
it,
now we're gonna back it up to what she wants to do. Okay.
Yep.
So she says $16 too much. That filet mignon should be $8 a pound. Okay.
Yeah.
So then the most the retailer is going to be able to pay is 4, which means the most that the distributor is going to be able to pay is 2. So the most that the processor is going to be willing to pay is $1 a pound,
Yeah.
which means the most
and
the
then
processors, which means the most the processors is going to be willing to pay is 50 cents,
Yep.
yes,
and the farmer's
from the
not going to produce the
producer.
beef. Yeah, the farmer's not going to produce the beef at 50 cents a pound if they can only get 50 cents a pound, because it still costs them $1 a pound to produce.
Yeah. So they're
So
losing
what
money
that but well that incentivizes me to learn how to become a butcher and purchase the meat on the black market from the farmer himself,
now.
and just cutting out the
Well,
entire.
but the reality is, as is, these farmers are operating on like a ridiculously thin margin,
Yeah.
because to produce that meat, you have to feed the cow for 2-3 years. Okay,
Mhm.
so real quick, it's going to
Oh,
get to
easy.
where they're just going to kill all their cows and not grow cows anymore, which means there's not going to be any beef, so there's going to be shortages of everything.
Yeah.
And
Raise
everything
cows.
they try and price control, the same thing is going to happen. And that's exactly what happened in every communist country. But it's not a strictly communist country thing, because the same thing happened in this country. There was another Democrat that was part of an administration that caused high inflation, that caused like a horrible economy.
Nixon.
That
Not
and
Nixon.
No,
Carter. Excuse me. Yeah, Carter.
yeah.
That's who
So
I meant
he
to say.
instituted
Carter.
he instituted a wage freeze and price caps on gasoline. Guess what happened? Gas lines. There was no
Mhm.
gas.
But to be fair, to Brian, what Brian was saying, Nixon was trying to push price fixing, but it was not a popular thing, so
Yeah.
he had to pull back.
Yeah, he looked at
Oh,
what
dude,
what people were saying about it and pulled back on it.
Nixon was not a conservative.
No,
He was not.
no. He was far more conservative than like Carter or something, but
Even I say like Reagan was probably the best president we ever had,
but he
but he
wasn't
wasn't truly conservative. He did a
Yeah.
lot of shit that was authoritarian.
Yeah.
Well, so did Lincoln.
Well, yeah, but at least Lincoln was a wartime president. Ronald Reagan wasn't
Right.
a wartime president.
No.
He got shot, so he decided to cancel Americans'
Yeah.
First Amendment rights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or Second
Yep,
Amendment
yep.
rights. Well, and First
We
Amendment
gotcha.
rights, because he'd arrest you if you protested against the passing of the bill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then he declared war on drugs because old Nancy, she had a relative,
Don't get
niece
Rob.
or
Don't get
something,
Rob
OD.
started on the war on drugs, man. Don't get him started on that.
It's it's jacked up. We'll have to go into that one of these times then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's the thing. What kind of gun was Reagan shot with?
Was it a 32?
Wasn't it a pistol?
30?
It was a pistol. So why did they ban machine guns?
Yeah.
That's what they did?
Why did Reagan? Up until 1986, Americans could easily own a machine gun. That's why if you go to buy a machine gun, all you're going to find is an old gun that was manufactured before 1986, because Reagan's the one that made it. Reagan is the one that made it illegal to own a machine gun unless you're rich and can afford to spend thousands of dollars to get the tax stamp.
Yep, you have to get the tax stamp.
Wasn't that the Brady
bill? And then because they made it illegal for companies to manufacture machine guns, fully automatic machine guns, for the human population or for the citizen population, they became really rare, which drove up the price, because when you reduce the supply, the price goes up.
Yeah.
But it also created a black market too, because you can buy the kits to make your fucking rifle a machine gun if you wanted to.
You don't even have to buy a kit. You can like tear apart a washing machine and get the parts to do that.
Well, let's not go into that on YouTube.
If you actually,
I'm just saying you could.
If you actually do it,
I'm not going to tell them how to do it. You just could.
it'll be illegal
Yes, it will be illegal, and you will probably go to prison
once you
for
make
quite
that
some time.
gun fully automatic. It will be illegal, and you could get arrested and fined.
Well, except I do have a tax stamp. I could have a machine gun.
Well,
Yes,
unless you
if you have
have
tax
the
stamp.
legal permits for it, but
Yeah.
I think
that's
I'd
expensive
personally
as
rather
hell.
go purchase a cannon.
Yeah. Oh, I love
Yeah, which
That
are
would
tax.
that would
cannons.
be
I had a
awesome.
cannon. I had a buddy who had a cannon we used to shoot off. That thing was fun as hell.
Yeah, you can own a cannon.
Yeah.
A what?
You can own a
Cannon.
cannon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said cannon. Oh,
No,
dude,
you can own a cannon.
Did you hear about the lady who killed Matthew Perry?
Oh, yeah, the doctor doped him up.
The ketamine queen. She was known as the
Yeah.
ketamine queen.
I bet she was
That's too
Democrat
bad.
too. All right,
I'm sure.
so we're always off the rails, but let's take a look here. So I think it's funny. So when the Republicans had their national convention, the Democrats were paying people to go and protest outside the convention, which was kind of funny, right? So,
Yeah.
but now the Democrats are protesting their own convention.
Yep.
Check this out. Abortion pills. And I'm looking at it. They don't have to worry about it. Nobody's trying to impregnate them.
Nope.
So that's like, I don't know, maybe not as tacky, but almost as tacky as the freaking vagina hats.
Yeah.
So like, I don't understand.
Were they vagina hats or were they pussy hats? Because they looked like they were cat ears. I'm like, I don't understand
they
why
call
they
them
call
No,
them.
they were
hats.
vaginas.
Yeah, which same thing. Pussy, vagina.
Yeah. No, I thought
No.
they had cat ears. I didn't
But
get.
I
I
think they
didn't.
were
I didn't
calling
think
them
that.
pussy hats.
Yeah, they were calling them pussy hats, but I didn't get the reference. I was like, they don't look like vaginas or pussies
No, I
or
know. Other
anything. They
than they're
look like
pink. Yeah.
cat. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
that's
that's
what they were
racist
supposed to
saying that everybody's pussy is pink because that ain't true.
Dude, you crack me up, brother.
You're crazy, dude.
Some of them are purple. Rob, what are the Philippines like? Oh, they have wieners.
They do have lady boys,
That's
yes.
Thailand. That's Thailand.
But they're actually called lady boys there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but the lady boys in Asia don't pretend to be women.
Yeah, they admit they're lady boys.
Yeah.
I've never been
So-
there, but I've heard from
I
Rob that
wouldn't
they
know.
actually call themselves lady
Rob
boys.
is.
Rob's
I
the
wonder when
expert.
I wonder when the last time he went to a donkey show was.
In front of the United Center for the DNC.
Sorry, I
As
couldn't
you
hear you,
guys
Brad.
can see behind me, we've got quite a few protesters, and the police have now arrived. Now they broke through this first barricade, and they were trying to break through the second one that's right behind me. So now police have arrived. There's quite a few present. Again, this is day one of the DNC. This is what it looks like on the ground. They've been marching all day since noon. They started in Union Park, and they now have made their way to the front of the United Center. You have a lot of attendees here for the DNC, just a block and a half away. You can actually hear the chanting of these protesters at the main entrance of the DNC.
So that's from Turning Point USA. Savannah
Yeah.
Hernandez on the ground.
That would be
So-
awesome to be that reporter.
Yeah. So let's see. Then we got, let's see. I think we have the breakthrough.
The breakthrough?
Oh, there it goes. Yep. See, they should have had Republicans build those fences. That's the problem. They had fucking transgender leftist homo queers. Oh, jeez.
Okay, I hope that the video
How
was
many
loud enough
fences
that the
did they
people couldn't
have?
hear what you were saying, because all we need is some jackass reporting us.
Yeah.
We'll just
Oh,
say
the quitters?
we'll just say Republican we'll just say that Republican voters can build stuff and liberals get paid to go protest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll leave it at that. So anyway, so that's the big event. But so you guys saw this. Trump had a rally in Pennsylvania, and like liberals were saying nobody showed up. Do you see that?
oh
shit?
yeah, I
Yeah,
watched
here it
it.
is. Nobody showed up.
Wow, that's top row. Holy shit!
Nobody showed up.
There's a lot of room back there by the fake news.
Hey, I noticed that those bleachers there are like pulled all the way out. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob, on your comment about the Republicans build stuff, according to Obama, you didn't build that. Was that Obama saying you didn't build that?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see Dorito Tim with Kamala in that setup convenience store where she was looking for Doritos and corn nuts? That bitch can't chew no corn nuts, but she does like nuts
Right,
in her
so
mouth.
I'm gonna show
I
you
think.
guys.
That's how she got
I'm gonna
ahead.
show you guys the pictures
Ahead.
of the Kamala rally.
Yeah.
Hey, take a look at that. They didn't even have enough people to fill all the bleachers, so they didn't even pull them out.
Oh yeah. Oh
Is that a
nice.
Kamala?
Yeah, that's Kamala's on the top and Trump's on the bottom.
Trump on the bottom.
So it's hilarious. Yeah, same venue. So, anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of funny. Now Don Lemon.
But
went out.
let's give Trump a handicap because he has people that come from all over the states just to watch his shit.
From
Not
Alaska.
not enough to make a difference, but
Yeah, but you have to like acknowledge they've gone and tried to prove that at Trump rally after Trump rally. Like they stopped doing it after the New Jersey, or not the New Jersey, was it New Jersey? He did the rally in New Jersey, and they were just sure that it was all people from other states, and then
ended up being
from the
people
Bronx.
from the boroughs. Yeah.
And everybody was from right there in the borough, all from AOC's district. And
Yep.
she was on TV saying, "Oh, he's not welcome here." Oh, sure seemed like he was. So anyway, so this one's from Mumble. It's Don Lemon decided to go out and find the Kamala Harris voters.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch this.
Can't really call that right now, but I just feel like she's not good for president. She's good vice, but not for the actual lead role for the country.
Does it have anything to do with being a woman?
No.
Yeah, it does.
No, because I feel like women, nah, you're not going to give me that.
Your money's on Harris.
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Trump.
Why don't you like Harris?
She doesn't have any experience.
She's the vice president. She's a senator.
Yeah, no experience. She has no experience.
Well, I want Donald Trump. I just feel we need somebody that has a stronger background with the military and the world in general.
She was a prosecutor and attorney general and a senator and a vice president. If you're in a gambling town, who's your money on?
I'm going to support the Democratic Party, but, I mean, Trump looks like he got it in the bag right now.
4 years ago, it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows. The economy is actually better under Biden. No, I'm serious. That's what the facts show.
Okay, you know what?
No, that's not because I watch CNN. Trump or Harris?
Trump.
That's who's going to win.
That's who's going to win.
Who you support?
I support Trump. All the people that came to this country legally, it's not fair that they're letting all 10,000 to 15,000 people or 20,000 people here illegally. Have you seen San Diego? Yeah. They're coming off the boats, off the water right here, off the ocean. Did you know Biden was flying them in? Did you know Biden was flying them in? You didn't know that?
Oh, I know nobody likes him, but we had good times with Donald Trump. Our economy was good. Life was good.
But you know the economy's better under Biden than Trump.
Bullshit.
No, it's not.
That's what the stats show. That's what
No, they don't.
Well, you know what? I don't know where they're getting their facts, but I don't think they're valid. I don't know where their facts are coming from.
That's the ultra repulsive Don Lemon, the ex-CNN news anchor, getting cold truth splashed in his face from New Jersey voters to boot. And we're going to see that it's not just New Jersey. Another deep blue state is turning into MAGA country, all as the latest polls are shifting back towards Trump. You're going to absolutely love this. Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, your patron
Steve
professor,
Turley.
here to help you stay sane in these insane...
Okay, so we're gonna fast forward. He has some more because we're not gonna run his ads. We're not getting paid for those.
Don Lemon, whose personality was once best summarized by Tucker Carlson. He said that Don Lemon is a man that ought to be
I thought he had
constantly-
more, but it's just the same. Oh, here we go. Here's a Trump train.
down a highway. It's very impressive Trump caravan that stretches as far as the eye can see. But what's even more impressive, gang, that happened over the weekend in California, the bluest of blue states. This is California's Highway 101, and this
But
is
it's not that blue.
caravan headed towards Paso Robles at the coastal center. And remember,
you take out San Francisco, LA, San Diego, and Sacramento,
This
and
is
it's no
supposed
longer
to
a
be
blue
Kamala
state.
country, when in point of fact, the vast majority, we're talking the super majority of rural California is ultra MAGA, and they want nothing to do with commie.
Okay,
So
so
you
I'm
see
gonna
the
say
Cybertruck?
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna get us like pulled off of YouTube here. So hold on, let me see if I can just pause the YouTube stream for a minute. Okay, so they program minorities to be oppressed, and that the only people going to save them from oppression are the Democrats. Okay,
The government.
and they're in control of the education system, so they're not teaching them the fact that the black people have oppressed themselves, and this defeatist mentality keeps you from succeeding, because then they fail once, they fail twice, and they're like, right, the whole system's rigged against us. Bro, Milton Hershey like went bankrupt 4 times before he struck it rich in chocolate. You know what I mean?
Well, Donald Trump, he didn't have all success. You got to fail to succeed.
So okay, so they like to rack on him about his bankruptcies, but there's a little truth that they're ignoring about those bankruptcies. Okay, so he bought gaming companies that were already bankrupt. They were in bankruptcy. So he bought them and tried to save them because they were in New Jersey, and he wanted to save the people's jobs, and he tried. But they were already failing, and they were failing because of the extensive government regulation and all that crap. So he gave it a big try, and he lost a lot of money, but those things were money pits to start with, and nothing was going to save them. Like the casinos that died, they stayed dead. Like in the Vegas, when a casino starts going down, they demolish it and rebuild it. Yeah, they demolished them in Atlantic City and never replaced them. You get what I'm saying? So they were gonna die no matter
So
what.
all those people lost their jobs.
Yeah, and he kept them in a job for another 10 years, and they say, "Oh, see, Trump's a failure." Well, no, he saved a casino for another 10 years that was already going to fail, and then when he had to close them down, he actually took care of the employees that worked for him. Whereas before, they weren't going to get shit because of the bankruptcy.
Right.
But when it became
So
clear
he
he was
moved-
going into bankruptcy, he put together severance packages for his people. He laid them off with benefits, shit like that.
Well, and he had other casinos in AC, which isn't that far away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was in Atlantic City. Like those are
Right.
his businesses that went bankrupt. Casinos.
But he still has Trump Tower there in AC, right?
I don't know.
Doesn't he?
I just know that when you go and look at the businesses that he had that went bankrupt, they were casinos that were already bankrupt that he bought out of bankruptcy.
Right.
And
But
then
now
when
is that because
when
he had
bought them, when he
is that
bought them,
because-
he took on all their debt.
But did he already have a casino that was succeeding in Atlantic City?
Well, I don't know about Atlantic City, but the Trump Casino in Vegas does great.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, does he? Because he should still have property in Atlantic City, I think, because that's where they go do UFC.
Oh yeah. So let's see, where are Trump entertainment resorts?
I could be wrong. I don't know, but all over the world.
No, he
How's
closed
there
them
a
all.
Trump? Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I think he does have a casino in New York City, but Harold's at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City, who he was a 50% partner with, went under. Trump 29 Casino in Coachella, California. He actually had a 50-50 partnership with the 29 Palms Band of Mission Indians of California. The Trump Casino in Gary, Indiana, he sold it in 2005.
Wait, so he was trying to help out the Indians in California?
Yeah.
This guy's a tyrant. He's an evil racist.
Yeah. So Trump's World Fair was demolished in 2000. That was in Atlantic City. Trump Castle in Atlantic City. They sold it to Landry's. That's the Golden Nugget, Atlantic City. Steel Pier, he sold it in 2011. Trump Taj Mahal closed in 2016, and it was bought by the Hard Rock. And it reopened as the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. So, but yeah, it looks like he's completely out of the Trump casino business.
That's a bummer. What's he gonna do? I mean, like, he's ready to retire.
Yeah, but I mean, he does have a hotel in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
But,
it's just not a casino.
Yeah. So Phil Ruffin, the guy who owns Treasure Island and Circus, he owns part of it. Hilton Grand owns part of it, and the Trump Organization owns part of it. Okay. 1,282 suites, 2 restaurants. And this is a gorgeous hotel. Take a look at this.
I wonder how much it is a night.
Oh, like
$500
to like 20,000.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Oh no,
Does it have any of the?
Like, I went to Vegas for the Magic when I was a consultant in fashion retail. I went for the Magic fashion trade show there, and I was shopping prices. It's ridiculous.
I lived an hour and a half away from there.
You did?
Yeah,
dude, that's where my alma mater is.
I went to fucking Circus all the time with the kids.
Dude,
took them there a couple of times. It was back in 2019, between 2015 and 2019.
2001 to 2003, I went to UNLV. Go Rebels.
Oh, 2003, I was in Mountain Home Air Force Base.
So that's crazy. I didn't know you were ever that close. But yeah, 2001 to 2003, I got there right after September 11th. So, and then I worked to help keep a resort company alive. And then some jackass that used to be related to NASCAR came in as the CEO and ran the company into the ground. Like, we had
September 11th. September 11th happened, and I fucking signed up for the military. And October 17th, I was in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And I was there until fucking that Christmas of 2001. And then I went home for 2 weeks, and I went back and then finished up in 2002, March or April of 2002 in Missouri.
Oh, wait, I forgot about our last video. So, guys, I'm pretty sure, like, I mean, they don't say it, but I'm pretty sure I found a Kamala Harris voter. Here we go.
Why is this such a roadblock? Why is it? Why have we spent an hour discussing this, especially you say you care about the students, but half of you are not sure what gender is, especially transgender.
This dude saying
No,
that
the lawyer
you
said
can't, they don't know
transsexual
what
earlier.
gender
That's
is?
not the correct term. It's transgender. I'm a transgender woman. My pronouns are she, her, and I will only accept those pronouns. I will
And
not
she
be
will
addressed
only
any other
accept
way.
Kamala Harris for president.
And in the workspace, I'm protected by that. Our students should be too.
This
Especially
is
when
disgusting.
they're not over.
What did you
18
subject my eyes to?
So I'm just imploring you to.
Have you ever seen that movie
Well, you
freaking
know, I mean, we
Tusk?
can't pretend that there's no.
Look up the movie Tusk by Kevin James.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Kevin James is
You'll
pretty
see what I'm
funny.
saying. No,
Anyway,
this is fucking Tusk is really weird.
Yeah, so we'll see if anything good comes out of the Democrat National Convention. Tomorrow we'll be covering Biden's speech. I think it would be great if he came back and just like fucking slam dunk the whole party all at once.
You mean he can speak?
No, but wouldn't it be great if he got up there on stage and he was like, it was all a lie. Obama was in control the whole time and they're just propping up Kamala. She's a crazy liberal and all the socialists and behind the scenes are going to take. That would be awesome. That would make Joe a hero. So Joe, if you want to be a hero to the country, you want to save democracy, come out and tell the truth when you take the stage at the DNC. That's my message to Joe Biden. How about you? Joe Biden's going to speak tonight. What would your message be to him? He's going to speak in about an hour. I'm sure it'll be great since it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, right. He's going to fall asleep.
And we're probably going to get jacked up, Joe.
Yep. Walter from fucking.
He's gonna raid Hunter's stash so he can stay coherent.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
anyways, guys,
I'd say, isn't it past your bedtime?
Yeah, he should have been in bed. Like, what was it, by 7 o'clock? So it's 9:47 on the East Coast. So yeah, he should have already been to bed 3 hours ago, and it's still like an hour until his speech.
Yeah.
So good luck with that, Joe.
Yep.
Good luck. So of course, after the show in a little bit, we'll be popping back on with another speech for the great one, who, as you see, I think he was the greatest president of our all time, but I don't agree with everything he said. So we will be bringing you another historic speech from Ronald Reagan after the show. So if you guys come back to the channel a little bit later, we'll be streaming that. And you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us. And then, of course, I don't have the video queued.